It's been 4 years since the happy yellow bird has graced us with his presence, and thanks to Two Tribes, he's back for the Nintendo Wii U. Although this game is more of a spiritual successor rather than an actual sequel. Players will no longer be able to use different tools to complete the puzzles, so say goodbye to the freeze gun and things you liked about Tokitori, and say hello to, well, whistling and stomping. Yup, that's it, you whistle and you stomp. Although eventually new abilities are unlocked by whistling, such as being able to teleport at the start of a puzzle when you mess up, which you will, some kind of shield thing that never works, and a camera for snapping pics. Smashing the ground also serves two purposes, making enemies retreat or knocking down stuff from the ceiling, such as bugs to feed frogs or bugs to light up your path, among other uses. I have to say, even though this game only uses two commands, Tokitori 2's puzzles are just as mind-bending as the original. It's almost like playing chess, where you need to think several steps ahead of your opponent, and if you fail, you'll need to rethink your entire strategy. Aside from the gameplay, the whole world itself is a massive conundrum to confuse the player. It may appear like a cutesy, simple setup, but Tokitori 2 is more than meets the eye, that's for sure. Whistling will bring creatures to your side, and only by calling in birds and frogs can you bypass certain areas by either flying or being in a bubble, since you can't, well, jump. But later levels will change the dynamic and interaction with everything around Toki. Meaning, this is one of those games that will keep you guessing, and therein lies its charm. Being able to successfully complete the levels involves a lot of trial and error, and patience. But the feeling you get from completing each world is definitely very satisfying, because unlike many games today, Tokitori 2 doesn't hold your hand. There is no text, no hints, and no tutorials. And Toki has a one-hit kill too, which reminds me a lot of A Boy and His Blob. Thankfully though, you do have checkpoints and a song to let you retry when you get stuck. Personally, I really like that this game is challenging. You just don't see that often anymore. The controls are very accessible at the get-go, and players are given so much freedom to explore how they want to. So my hat's off to the developer for keeping that old school soul. That is, if you stick around long enough. However, for me, puzzle games will always have a soft place in my heart. Kind of like a love-hate relationship. But this game definitely impressed me on numerous accounts. For an eShop game, Tokitori 2 looks fantastic. The graphics are vibrant, cheerful, and full of personality, and this goes for the characters too. A good example of this is when in the cave stages, as the lights go out, Toki and the creatures around him show how much they're afraid of the dark. It's just so adorable. These simple little touches can be found everywhere, and the sheer attention to detail is wonderful. Now, while the graphics made me feel like I was in a Disney fairy tale, the music made me want to go camping because of how well it used all the sounds of nature and blended it with soothing melodies. It's almost like what high-stress executives listen to on those long plane trips. It just makes you feel happy, and no matter how much the game is punishing you, you just can't stay mad at it. You know what I'm talking about. Now I know what you're thinking, how does the Wii U gamepad come into play? Well, of course this game can be played off TV. Also, the game runs great on the little screen and there's no drop in frames or lag whatsoever, at least from what I've seen. The touchscreen itself features the menu along with a cheat sheet for the whistles you've gained and photos you've taken. As far as lasting appeal goes, I would say Tokitori 2 has a very good amount of it. See, each world has brain teasers for advanced and beginners alike. Completing the game 100% is going to take a long time, not necessarily because of how long the game is, but by how long it takes you to solve the many problems. Which, by the way, this game offers so many unique ways to decode the levels. In closing, this game is going to, at times, delight, surprise, and enrage you. The question is, do you have what it takes to become a yellow chicken ninja? Or are you going to give up after a few miscalculations that resulted in Toki's death? I, for one, will march on even though I'm uncertain of the outcome. Honestly, I'm just enjoying the ride and the challenge that Tokitori 2 has to offer. So in my opinion, this game is totally worth a buy. Check it out right now, available on the Wii U eShop. Hey, thanks so much for watching my review. If this was helpful, don't forget to leave a comment and give me a thumbs up. If it wasn't helpful, well, let me know why. Well, until we meet again, gamers, God bless and happy gaming.